Hello, this is Jenny Clark with Solvability, and today I'm talking to my friend Mitch again. We're just talking about the issues he's coming up with his federal contracting business, and we call this series What's Up with Mitch? So, what is up with Mitch today? Mitch is a small business in federal contracting. He's been growing pretty well. He's got a lot going on. He knows how to go out and find the work. He knows how to execute the work. But what we want to talk about is making sure that he's got ways that he can scale his business as he continues to grow. So today's question on What's Up with Mitch is, how do we cover payroll when our line of credit is maxed out? Let's talk about how you can get in that situation. It's real easy to get in that situation. All it means is that one or two of his customers have maybe slowed down on payment, something like that's going on. It might have been that he won a new contract, onboarded a few more people, hasn't got his line of credit increase approved, and he needs to be able to cover payroll. So here's what Mitch is talking about. He always gives me a few things that he says, Jenny, give me the bottom line. How do we do this? I just want it all to work. So here's the things Mitch was asking me is, Jenny, don't they understand that winning two big contracts is a good thing? Second one is, how do we find a banker that gets federal contracting? Why can't we just call our customers and try to get paid faster? Why does it take so long to get current financial statements so we can get what we need on our line of credit? Is now the best time to think about changing banks? Okay, so Mitch and I say, let's go through those things one by one. So Mitch's first question, don't they understand that winning two big contracts at one time is a great thing? Well, yes, Mitch, they do understand that big wins are good for you. They increase your revenue stream, make you more stable as a company, make you obviously more able to pay back that line of credit. But at the same time, banks are conservative. They've got rules to follow. They've got regulatory requirements that they have to be able to show that they're doing. And so you have to realize that that's an institution, and you've got to find a way to develop a personal relationship with your banker so that you can talk to the banker about these issues and say, hey, what's going to happen when? How can we support each other? What can I expect from my bank? What do I need to prepare for you as my banker in order to help get these things approved through the system? His second question is, how do we find a banker that gets federal contracting? Well, Mitch, we've been talking off and on for a while about who you're banking with and what you're doing, what results you're getting. And it's been okay for you up until this point to work with your community bank or your credit union and kind of use some of your personal credit in order to do this. But now as we go forward, we really want to find you the right banker or lender that specializes in federal contracting. There are a number of them around. You want somebody that speaks your language. You want somebody that understands what you're talking about when you talk about a funding mod, or you talk about what agencies you're working with. They are out there, and you want to identify them and develop a relationship and have something going before you get into a cash crunch. Because you never want to feel desperate, do you? Mitch's third question is, why can't we just call our customers and try to get paid faster? Well, you could, but the things that we sent into DFAS that we uploaded to Wide Area Workflow, it's called IRAP now, they're going as fast as they can. And, we usually get paid pretty fast on those, a week or two. So that should come in. What we're looking for is there a bottleneck? Is there a hang up? Is something stuck in the process? And what seems to be the thing that gets it stuck is the approver is out of town for a couple weeks or something like that, and you don't really have an alternate way to get your invoice approved. All we can do is plan ahead for that in the future and have a good open rapport with your people that are approving it on your customer side. Now, on those customers that are primes, yes, you could call the program manager and talk to them. If there's a delay, find out what's causing the delay and what you could do together to expedite the payment. It could be that there's something wrong with your invoice and you didn't know about it. They didn't call you. They're just not paying it. They're not processing it. So check on your invoice usually a week or so after it's been sent. Make sure that everything that they needed is acceptable and ready to go so you can respond to it more quickly. Nobody likes surprises. And the other thing is, if you're working with a program manager at a larger company, they don't really have a lot of control over when payments get released, but you certainly should have a conversation and find out what some possibilities are. The other thing is obviously call the company's accounts payable department and find out if your invoice is in process and when they expect to pay it. And having gotten that information, that would be good too. If you feel like something else needs to be expedited, talk to the program manager. Also, some companies invoice once a month. Some companies will have terms where they can invoice twice a month, so that keeps your cash flow going a little bit shorter. You're not waiting for an entire month's worth of payment. You can bill every 2 weeks. So that would match your payroll cycle more closely. That's a possibility. It's going to be hard to call your customers and get paid faster unless you've got a really good relationship. And so many of the contracts that we've got are pay when paid. So you can't really do anything. Your invoice needs to be timed so that it's submitted on time to your government customer, so they can bundle it into their invoice and get it sent in quickly. And one of the most frustrating things to find out is that your invoice has been arriving a day late after they've already prepared the invoice for the month, and it's really not even getting billed until the following month. So these are things to find out and work out early on when you first get the new contracts, and find out, ask how you can get paid on time. What do you need to provide as a good small business in order for these other businesses to be able to use your services and help you get paid quickly? Mitch's fourth question is, why does it take so long to get current financial statements so we can get what we need on our line of credit? Whenever you're trying to update your line of credit, they're going to ask for your latest financial statements. If you're in the month of July and you don't have April financial statements, something is wrong. You should be able to get financial statements out of your accounting department or out of your CPA firm or whatever it is, preferably by the 10th of the following month, but certainly by the end of the following month. If you're not getting that, that's a problem that needs to be addressed. Either there's a delay, there's not enough staff, the staff is undertrained, the systems aren't the right systems to get your production line of your invoicing process out. It's not fast enough to get your financial statements accurate. Those are some things to take a look at, and it may be that we need to do a little cleanup on what's going on in there. And Mitch's last question is, what is now the best time to think about changing banks? Mitch, you want to be thinking about that all the time. Who do you know? Who's calling? What bankers are calling you? And take those meetings. Let them take you out to lunch. Find out what they've got to offer. Make sure you understand what some of your alternatives are. It's also not that unusual for companies to have relationships with more than one bank. Maybe they have their line of credit at one bank and then some different activity at a different bank. So you've got a way that you could shift quickly between two. And it's not that unusual. So, but changing banks takes a lot of time. There's a lot of paperwork. You have to submit usually your personal financial statements, the company's financial statements. They'll ask you for accounts payable listing, accounts receivable listing, and they want the most current. And if you're going to have to tell them, well, all we've got is from a couple of months ago, that tells them it's not very important to you. And so they're not sure if you're tracking enough. They're not sure that what you've got is accurate because you don't really seem to care. So, Mitch is unstoppable. Are you unstoppable? You know where you want to go. Solvability can help you get there with the cost and pricing intelligence you need to accelerate and scale your business. Most of our clients have started with the free wrap rate calculator. You can download it from our website at solvability.com. And by the way, if you really are serious about this and you've got something that's urgent, want to talk, we can set up a phone call to discuss what your needs are and see what other services might be useful for us to work out. Fastest way to get in touch with me is text me, area code 256-882-6276, and let me know your name, your company name, and what you're working on, and we'll set up a phone call and let's talk.